9 things the Middle East has contributed to the West. 1. Numerals. For centuries, Europeans used Roman numerals. This changed the expansion of Islam after the 7th century. The Arabic numeral system originated in India, but it found wider use in the Middle East. It arrived in Europe thanks to al-Khwarizmi. He was an influential Persian mathematician. His work also introduced decimal points and the concept of zero. 2. Universities. The University of Al-Qarawiyyin in Morocco is the world's oldest. It was founded in 859 by Fatima al-Fihri. She was a wealthy merchant's daughter. Over the centuries, Al-Qarawiyyin's prestige grew. By the 13th century, it had become the scholarly center of the Muslim world. The university added natural sciences and grammar to its curriculum. Music, Sufism, medicine, rhetoric, logic, and astronomy were also taught. In 1359, the Al-Qarawiyyin Library opened at the university. It's the oldest extant library in the world. 3. Hospitals. Al-Fustat Hospital in Old Cairo was built in 872. It had several wards, each devoted to different diseases. The hospital was the first of its kind. It was fully staffed with doctors, surgeons, and their support staff. Treatment was open to men and women of all classes. It served the city of Cairo for at least 600 years. Muslim hospitals were also the first to keep medical records. 4. Surgery. Abu al-Qasim al-Zahrawi was the greatest physician of his time. In 1000, he wrote a comprehensive medical encyclopedia. The 30-volume illustrated manuscript was the first of its kind. It remained in use for 500 years afterward. Al-Zahrawi performed the first cesarean section. He invented nearly 200 surgical instruments. Among them were such staples as the forceps, bone saw, and surgical scissors. 5. Sociology. Ibn Khaldun was a 13th century Islamic philosopher. He wrote Muqaddimah, an important work of history. It's considered the first book on sociology. Ibn Khaldun described the mechanisms of power in society. He explained why dynasties rise and fall. 6. Cartography. Middle Eastern mapmaking was really exceptional. The Arabian Peninsula is rather monotonous geographically, so early Muslim cartographers yearned to travel. Islamic geography was patronized by the Abbasid caliphs of Baghdad. Muslim geographers calculated the circumference of the earth. They also produced one of the first maps of the world in the 9th century. 7. Chemical synthesis. Synthesizing naturally occurring compounds is vital for humanity. Things like rubber and diamonds are mostly synthetic today, but the first thing to be synthesized was sal ammoniac. It's a rare naturally occurring mineral used in metalworking. Muslim scholar Jabir ibn Hayyan was the first to describe this process. His works were written between 850 and 950. 8. Postal service. Shapar Khane was the first postal service. It was used all over the Achaemenid Empire. The service was created by Cyrus the Great. The system consisted of a series of stations. They were placed along the royal road. It stretched from modern Turkey to Iran. The postmen rode horses, delivering post between the stations. 9. Soap. Soap bars were developed in 10th century Persia. The formula was discovered by prominent physician Abu Bakr al-Razi. Al-Razi used vegetable oil, sodium hydroxide, and herbal oils. Soap production was a huge business in medieval Persia. In the early 13th century, it was nationalized by Timurid rulers. The soap makers rebelled, and he had to walk it back.